throws. McLaughlin, touchdown! And he does his bullfighting dance as his mom loves it. His third touchdown of the
NFL News Today.
He gives Denver a 7-3 lead with the Jets offense back on the field. They swing it to Breece Hall. He's got some room. Breece Hall picks up the first down. Justin Simmons.
Three biggest Broncos 2024 NFL draft errors. Under new head coach Sean Payton, the Denver Broncos are working to revamp their roster. Due to the botched Russell Wilson trade 2 years ago, considerable work remains. After paying off its draft debt to the Seattle Seahawks, the Broncos face a salary cap issue after cutting Wilson this offseason. The Broncos have a $53 million dead cap hit this season and more coming. This should slow Denver's retooling. The Broncos have made some good offseason moves to enhance skill on both sides of the ball despite their limitations. They added depth and rotational players in free agency. Levi Wallace, Malcolm Roach, Cody Barton, and Josh Reynolds were smart cheap signings. The Broncos made some good 2024 NFL draft picks. They did make some mistakes. Check out the Broncos' top 3 draft errors. Contacting Bo Nix. The Broncos picked Bo Nix 12th overall. He set an NFL record by becoming the 6th QB picked in the first 12 rounds. The method behind this draft decision is the biggest criticism given Denver's position. Was Bo Nix always their guy? Or did they feel they should choose the 6th best QB at 12th overall because they had a huge need? It's unclear. It appears that only the Las Vegas Raiders would seriously contemplate drafting a QB. Denver may have been smart to trade down from 12th overall to get additional draft picks and Bo Nix later in the draft. Without two parties, a trade may not happen. Ultimately, nobody will care where Bo Nix was drafted if he becomes their franchise guy. At this point, the pick process seems questionable. Over-investing on wide receiver depth. Any team needs wide receiver depth. However, the Broncos may have overdrafted the position. The Broncos' wide receiver depth chart before the 2024 NFL Draft was C. Sutton, Josh Reynolds, Marvin Mims Jr., Tim Patrick Lil Jordan Humphrey, Brandon Johnson, Jalen V., Philip Dorsett, Michael Bandy, Sills V. As stated, Troy Franklin was a good choice. Franklin becomes Denver's 4th or 5th wide receiver and might rise soon. Instead of acquiring receiver Devon Vele, the 7th-round pick may have been used for another position. More offensive line investment would have been excellent. Talking about underinvestment in offensive line. Starters on the Denver Broncos offensive line are good. Denver had one of the top 5 NFL offensive lines for run blocking and pass protection, according to PFF. However, behind those 5 players, it gets worse. Denver only drafted one offensive lineman. Their final pick, 256th overall, was South Carolina guard Nick Gargiulo. His position is 3rd-string guard. In an ideal world, Denver would have drafted an offensive lineman on day 1 or 2. Especially with this year's excellent offensive linemen at every position. To compensate, the Broncos may add a seasoned offensive lineman closer to training camp.
Gardner on the tackle.